Hello, everyone. My name is Brother Andrew Corriente, and I'm a Capuchin Franciscan friar within the Catholic Church. And today I'm going to make for you some almond cookies. So I sent the recipe earlier to IFC earlier, and I'm so excited to be doing this because I will be doing a cookie that is something that St. Francis himself wanted so badly that he wanted it on his deathbed. And that, and so here it is. It's this great, chewy, flavorful, very almondy cookie, and it's gluten-free too. So, okay. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and toast some almond flour. Now, almond flour you can find over in Sam's Club or Costco or Trader Joe's. It's this great ingredient that I just love working with, especially. So I have my almond flour here, and I have about 2.5 cups of it. Okay. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this over my burner and then toast it until it's darker color and more fragrant and a very almondy flavor, okay? So I'm going to put that over here. Can I get someone on the chat to like say hello so I can make sure that my audio is working also? Is someone there? Okay, I'll just keep going for now.
Brother Andrew, we can hear you great. Glad you're here today.
Great, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Hopefully my connection will stable up a bit. I'm sorry about that.
Brother right. Andrew, we can hear you great.
Yeah.
The video's a little choppy, but we can hear you just fine.
Okay. All right. Should I just keep going as is? I'm sorry about the connection.
No, just keep going. Keep going. You're doing
great. Okay, great. All right. Excellent. All right. So for more almond flavor in my almond cookies, I love to put almonds. So a great way of unleashing that flavor again is to toast them. So right now I have these flaked almonds, the temperature 400 degrees. When you toast almonds, it brings out all the essential oils, all the things that make it this beautiful almond flavor, and the heat does that. So if you guys ever have any nuts, please toast them in the oven. If you want to be safe, maybe 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, and that unleashes all the nut flavors from pecans, hazelnuts, walnuts. It just amplifies everything. So you would love to, you should toast your almonds to about, or your nuts to about a pretty dark consistency. Don't burn them. Be careful with that, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside and check on my almond flour. All right. So, okay, we're still heating up over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to grab my other ingredients right now. So over here, I have my sugar, and I'm going to use about 1 cup of sugar. All right. And over here, I have a mixture of lemon zest, cinnamon, and cloves. Now, I want a very almond cookie, and there are oils that help accentuate almond flavor. So what helps accentuate almond flavor is clove, cinnamon, and lemon zest. It's not going to taste like lemon. It's not going to taste like cinnamon. It's not going to taste like clove. It's going to help bring the almond flavor more up front. Sort of like how coffee, a little bit of coffee helps bring out the chocolate flavor in your chocolate cake. So I'm going to go ahead and add this into my dry ingredients. Okay. Oh, it smells really good. I love cloves. I love cloves. I love cinnamon. So whenever I want to make something that the friars love, I just like throw cinnamon in it. So I'm just going to mix this all together nicely. Great. With the whisk. All right. And just make sure everything is in there. It smells beautiful. It smells very fall. We're getting in the tail end of summer, so this is very exciting. All right, now let's check this almond flour. All right, and I'm just stirring this up just a bit. Yes. And right now, as I'm stirring it, I'm smelling all of that beautiful almond flavor. All right. And then I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to bring in my baking powder and salt. Mix that all together. Okay. And then over here, I have 2 cold eggs and some almond extract. Again, to help accentuate the almond flavor, I just add a teeny bit of almond extract to help give it that lift. I hope you guys love almonds because this is very almondy. So I'm going to set this over here. And it looks like I burned myself. All right, so we have our almond thing over here. And as I'm mixing it, here, let me go ahead, mix this. So much almond, this is fantastic. I mean, how many times can I say? All right, so again, the color got a little darker. The color has a few like brownish, more spots in it all over. And again, it's very fragrant. You want to use your senses when you're baking also. People say in cooking, you just use your senses in cooking, but you don't use your senses in baking. Well, in baking, make sure to use your senses. The smell of a chocolate cake means your chocolate cake is ready in the oven. So when you're toasting nuts, when you smell it, it means it's ready. All right? Okay, fantastic. All right, I'm just gonna set this aside over here. I'm gonna put this into here. All righty. Now the pan is quite hot, right? It's a little bit hot. So I'm going to use that residual heat to melt my butter. So I'm going to go ahead and add this butter in here. Oop, and you hear, I don't know if you can hear the sizzling, but I can hear the sizzling. So let's mix that all together. Oh, hello, Seam. Hi. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Again, this is a great cookie. You can just throw together very easily. You don't need a mixer. It's fantastic. It's a great thing, okay? All right, and I'm just gonna keep stirring this until my butter is all melted. All right. There's so much butter smell going on right now. I love it. All right. All right. So my butter has cooled down just a tad now. Just make sure it's not too hot. Okay. It's just a little warm. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and whisk in my eggs slowly. And this motion right now, this whisking, you don't want the eggs to cook in here. That's why I'm whisking very quickly. And I also want to make sure to incorporate very well. And since eggs are cold, it will drop the temperature down of everything in here. Okay. Oh, wow. And then more almond flavor. I can smell the almonds from the almond extract. Fantastic. Alrighty. Okay. Let's put this over here. I hope the video is working. All right. Okay. And then, okay, so I have my sugar, my almond flour that's been toasted, very fragrant. I have the beautiful spices in here that help give it a fall flavor, but also accentuate the almond flavor. A good amount of sea salt to help bring out all the flavor as well. And oh, let me just mix this all together too into here. All right. So butter, eggs, and almond mixture in here. All right. Oh, wow. And as soon as that hits this mixture, I'm wafted with a bunch of spices and almond flavor right now. It is, I can't wait to eat. And I just had a cookie before we started, so it's very fun. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix this all together slowly. You don't want the butter and egg mixture splatter all over you, and I'm using a whisk. It's a great thing also because I'm not using many dishes. It's just fantastic because I don't like washing too many dishes. Again, when I put that mixture into here, the heat of it all just amplified all those beautiful spices and the almond flavor, and it's just yeah, it's fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all together. I'm gonna get it out of my whisk. Okay. All righty, fantastic. All right. And so if you could see this right here, there are a few clumps and stuff like that all around, right? And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to keep folding it in. And as I'm folding it in, I'm making sure to get any wet spots, any dry clumps. I use the tip of my spatula to break off any of the dry clumps. A good way of fixing that is just sifting your almond flour, which I didn't do, which is very bad of me. So that's not really necessary if you just go ahead and dig out these big clumps of almond flour in here. And I'm really excited to be sharing this recipe with you guys too, because fall is coming up and this is the perfect cookie for when you just want to, when it's getting cool outside and you just want to sit down and have a cup of coffee and have a little cookie, which is basically me every single day despite the season. So that's basically how it is. What I'm noticing right now is my mixer is getting quite thick, and that's the almond flour absorbing all of that moisture in there too, and it's becoming a nice, easy to work with cookie dough going on right here too. All right, and so I'm almost done mixing this all together. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Great. And so what you're left here is this pretty like gloopy looking thing. It tastes delicious though, I promise. Don't worry about that. It tastes delicious. Now, the wonderful part, I'm tossing in more almonds. So these are the toasted almonds that I had earlier. I'm going to throw that right in there. And so I'm going to fold this in. All right. Again, just adding it all together. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Fantastic. Okay. And again, it's such an easy recipe. So whenever the fryers want it, there's no excuse for me to just throw it together really quickly, which I do during my study breaks anyway, so that's fantastic. All right, okay, great. Now you were left with this pretty thick mixture. All right, let's see. Got it, it's like a fold over. So you're left with this beautiful thick mixture right here. The flavor, the smells are just sensational right now. I really wish you guys were here, and I really wish you guys could go ahead and share and make this at home too. All right, so I'm gonna put all this aside. All righty. Now for the baking part, I have my oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for these cookies, and we're gonna bake them for about, I included the recipe 25 minutes, but it's actually 15. I tested it last night and it came out a little bit drier than normal. A quick tip, if you overbake your cookie and it comes dry, what you can do is take a paper towel, wet it, take one of your cookies, and then wrap it in that, and then microwave it in the microwave for about 15, maybe 10 seconds, and now we have a nice soft cookie again. So there's a little pro tip in case you ever overbake your cookies, which I have done many times actually. All right, so what you're going to do is we're going to put these on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and we're going to space them about maybe 2 inches apart. We're going to scoop about 1 to maybe 1.5 tablespoons worth of filling into here. And since I bake a lot of cookies, I make a lot of cookies because I live with about 20 men. I use an ice cream scooper, and it makes it so much easier for me. And so during my study breaks, when I just want to make cookies, when I'm bored, I just scoop it out and then throw it in the oven, do some more school reading, and then get on with my day after that. And the guys get cookies for their study break also, so it's fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop. And a great way to get leveled scoops is you can either use the palm of your hand or against the side of this pan to flatten it out. That way you get a pretty even scoop over there and make sure it's there, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in, fantastic. And I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing this. Maybe about 2 to 3 inches apart. All right. And do you see how I'm wiping off the edges too? That way, like, again, everything is even. So if any of you are perfectionists, this is quite the moment for you right now. All right, great. Oh, it looks so even and uniformed. I'm going crazy right now. I love it. It's probably better than the batch I made last night. All right. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way for now. All right, and so the last thing I like to do is I like to decorate it with more almonds. How many times can Brother Andrew say almonds today, right? So I like to add 3 flake almonds on top because as Catholics, we believe God is the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So I just wanted to do a quick homage to that over here. So I go ahead and place usually the prettier ones on top because it's what people are going to see. And I like to put maybe 3 on here. And it's just a nice little touch. You don't really have to do this. It's just a nice little touch and also a cute little like thing to reference the Catholic faith in here too. Yeah, so I just do so many cookies for the fryers a lot. And whenever I put new cookies out in the cookie jar, like they're gone within seriously a day. I actually did a mass amount of baking on Thursday. I think I baked about, oh my goodness gracious, some of them in the cookie jar and then the rest of them inside the freezer. And so whenever they're done with the granola cookies that I made, I clean out the cookie jar, I fill them up with peanut butter cookies that are in there right now. And so the next one will be chocolate chip cookies. Then after that, maybe I'll do some snickerdoodles. It depends. Depends on when I need my study break. Yeah, so I go ahead and here, almost here. And for myself, like this part is just a beautiful moment for me because my day is so busy, so energetic. I actually just finished serving the poor this morning, feeding them food. And some days, like, you know, for myself, I can't catch my breath. And so when I'm doing like little decorative stuff like this, like adding little pieces of almonds onto my cookie, it teaches me to live in the moment. It teaches me mindfulness, to be very present in the moment, to enjoy the smell of these spices and this almond flavor, and to just remember that, like, oh, I really love baking, and really just enjoying my time with the baking process, okay? Great, and so we have our almond cookies in here like this, right? They're spaced out. Again, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for maybe about 15 minutes. What you're gonna notice is that when you touch the cookies, be careful when you put your hand in the oven. When you touch the cookies, they should lift up a bit, but still feel very, very soft, all right? Don't worry about it. When you take it out of the oven and leave it on this tray, the residual heat from the pan will keep cooking the cookies, all right? And it will ferment over about 10 minutes. It'll firm up the cookies. After 10 minutes to finish cooling completely. And again, if you overbake them, don't sweat about it. Just again, wrap it up in a wet paper towel, put it in the microwave for 15 seconds. And then they should be delicious, soft, and very flavorful. I just had one before we're shooting this right now. All right. And so I'm going to put this over here for the time being. I'll bake this off in a second. And so what you're left with is this yummy almond cookie. I put decorative. And oh, I see one comment says, how far are you spacing the cookies apart? Maybe about 2 inches or 1.5 inches apart. They don't spread that much. So yeah, keep them spaced out. Also, spacing out your cookies is very important in baking because the more you crowd your cookies, not only will they run into each other if they spread too much, and then you'll just have one Frankenstein cookie or something like that. But also, since you create the space between the cookies, airflow will be more evenly distributed, and that way your cookies will come out more uniform. So there's another tip. It should be crispy on the outside and really chewy and delicious on the middle. Like it's fantastic too. They're really, really good fresh from the oven. Obviously, let them cool for about 10 minutes before you eat them, or else you'll burn your mouth. But they're fantastic in the oven after baking them. My mouth is literally watering right now, so I think I need to get a cookie as soon as it's done. But those are my almond cookies inspired by St. Francis, who loved almond cookies when he was alive back in the 1200s. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I've been testing it over and over again, trying to make it as easy and delicious as possible. And if you ever have any questions, find me on Instagram, send me a DM. I'm at Disfryer Bakes, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Seriously, my phone is filled with text messages from friends asking me, why is my bread not sitting correctly? Why is my custard all goofy? You know? And sometimes I'll get on like video cam with them and then we'll troubleshoot. Ask me questions. I really love sharing my baking knowledge and I just love baking. And I wish you all a fantastic, fantastic time at this event. This is a beautiful time. And I just hope you guys all have a blessed Sunday. I'll see you all at the Q&A. Thank you so much.